Stream of consciousness. Let it fly. It is what it is. Fuck YouTube. Free thought. Maybe talking some truth, maybe talking some shit. Opinions that matter, opinions that don't even fucking matter. Well, there's only one way to sum this up. This YouTube channel, it's whatever. And that's the way I like it. Don't be scared. Just fucking build. This is for all of my people out there that is currently taking levothyroxine. Levothyroxine is a artificial thyroid hormone. Recently, I tried something that's been on the market for, I think, about maybe 10 to 15 years. Not long enough, but figured I'd give it a try. And it's called Tirosint. Now, Tirosint is a liquid form of levothyroxine. It is not the only liquid form on the market. You can actually get it as a generic. I had to actually do some digging on Reddit in order to know that shit, because if you just Google it, you're just not gonna find it. But you can get generic Tirosint, and you're gonna have to just basically ask your pharmacist, because Tirosint is expensive. It costs about $140 or $125 for a box, and a box is about, I think it's a 30-day supply. I think it's 30 pills, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's a bit hefty. It's up there with Synthroid. Synthroid is about the same, but Synthroid's been on the market a whole hell of a lot longer. Did you know Synthroid for a very long time was not approved by the FDA? That is crazy. That lets you know, man, the FDA ain't shit, yo. They are not shit. Literally, these dudes were on the market for well over 2 to 3 decades. You're talking about 20, 30 years. And they were not FDA approved. Like I said, they must have some blackmail shit on somebody at the FDA. Which ain't hard when you think about it, because the FDA is corrupt as fuck. I mean, we saw that during the vaccine and all of that other shit. They'll approve whatever. But yeah, let's get back on topic. Tirosint. I took Tirosint for 3 months. I took 100 mcg, which is not my normal. My normal is 112 mcg. Normally, my testosterone is about 850. Everybody that's up on this, you know that levothyroxine controls so many different functions in your body, and testosterone production is one of those many things. You understand? That is exactly why we, as people that take levothyroxine, we have to be very, very on point with our symptoms or anything like that, with how we feel. A lot of us journal every day, make sure that, we feel okay. We don't feel too down, too up, yada, yada, yada. Levothyroxine is not a game. It has sent me to the ER twice, and that is because I took generic for a little bit. And yeah, that was a bitch. And it's usually the same thing. It's usually with some form of tachycardia, your heart racing or high blood pressure. I thought I was having a heart attack, honestly. So with that in mind, me taking a new thyroid medication, I said to my endocrinologist, I said, let me try a low dose, 100, because this way, if it goes left, then it's not going to go all the way left, which is going to send my ass to the hospital. So my testosterone, normally 858, Tirosint at 100 mcg in a span of 21 days, it knocked my testosterone from 858 all the way down to 700. And then, of course, after another 21 days, it went down another 100 points. So now I'm going from 850 to 600. All right. Now, I can't sit back and say I noticed a difference. 600 testosterone is not bad at all. It's only when you start getting to the, I would say like 400 or 500. I know my brother, his was 200, which was terribly low, So yeah, when you start getting to that, like you're gonna have to start taking some testosterone replacement therapy. Okay, but anyway, 21 days, knocked my testosterone from 850 down to 7. Okay, and then in another 20 days, it was the same thing, another 100 points. You're talking about some very concentrated stuff in Tirosint. Now, to keep in mind, Tirosint has only 3 ingredients. It's water, gelatin, and I believe glycerin. The glycerin is actually what contains their version, their proprietary blend of levothyroxine. Yes, folks, we don't know how in the fuck they make their levothyroxine. We have no idea, but it's glycerin based. Sidebar, there's a National Institute of Medicine. I believe that's what it is. If you look on that website, you can look up all of the drugs that are currently in circulation in the, I guess, either in the United States or all over the world, and they will show you the ingredients. And if there's any kind of black box label on them or what have you, there you go. They'll let you know that too. It is extremely useful for people like me who care about what we put in our bodies. You understand? Again, back to Tirosint. So 100 mcg, after taking it for 3 months, I can honestly say that it was not for me. And I'm going to tell you why. 100 mcg had me feeling as though I was nervous on the inside of every muscle. It was crazy. My legs were jumpy. I can't even tell you when that's ever happened. My metabolism definitely has sped up. I felt hyperthyroid. But oddly enough, I still gained weight. It didn't make any sense, folks. It didn't make any sense whatsoever. Usually in 3 months, you can find out actually in about maybe 1.5 months, you'll find out exactly how your thyroid medication is going to work for you. Some do take about 4 months. I remember when I first took Synthroid. I'm back on Synthroid now. But at the 4th month mark of Synthroid, I started waking up out of my sleep. And oddly enough, I was feeling as though I got about 3 to 4 hours of sleep, and yet I had only got an hour or 2 of sleep. It was again, this is something that never happened before in life. So my verdict of Tirosint is simply this. I would say that they need to do more research on Tirosint and how it affects people that take levothyroxine, because 100 mcg is my lowest dose, okay? And it had me bouncing the walls. However, it also still gave me symptoms of hypothyroidism, which was the weight gain, as well as cold sensitivity. Now, also, anybody out there that listens to this, if you're asking the question of, you took it for 3 months, what did you take before that? Before that, I actually took Synthroid, okay? I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try something more pure, because I'm a severe allergy sufferer, and I have tree allergies. And Synthroid does have the ingredient acai in it, which can prove allergenic to people like me. So I wanted to try something that's just straight pure. So it doesn't get any purer than Tirosint. That is the double-edged sword. That's the problem. Tirosint is so pure that just taking a low dose is gonna have you bouncing the walls. So what I suggest is anybody that's out there taking it, start with a low dose. But here's the thing, you're most likely still going to develop symptoms of hypothyroidism. You don't want the weight gain. You definitely don't want that. But it's very confusing. You cannot just take 112 Synthroid and then jump to 112 Tirosint. It doesn't work that way. Not for me. And according to a lot of the message boards that I've ran into, it's a mixed bag with Tirosint. For some people, they get the exact same experience that I had. Low dose, but bouncing the walls. You're hyper like crazy. You're all kinds of wild shit. And then there's other people that say, you know what, I've been taking it and I love it. So you'll have to figure it out for yourself. But for me, I'm doing this video to let you guys know, if you're gonna try Tirosint, start off with a low dose, buddy. That low dose might be good enough. It's not a game. They need to do more research with Tirosint and how to prescribe it. You know, oddly enough, my favorite levothyroxine was a generic. And this generic, I used to get it from Walmart. I get all my drugs from Walmart, but I would get it from Walmart. This generic was made by a company called Sandoz. Apparently, something happened with that company. I think it has something to do with the hurricane in Puerto Rico some years ago or what have you. But man, after that hurricane, it was game over. I could no longer get my generics from Sandoz Pharmaceuticals, and everything went downhill from there, folks. I went to another generic, and that's the generic that sent me to the hospital twice. But that Sandoz, and believe me when I tell you, the ingredients in it were just normal stuff. But not as pure as Tirosint, but still, it wasn't anything that was too crazy. And I mean, that generic did me quite well, and I will miss that son of a bitch. But the new generics and a lot of these new levothyroxine pills, they have these 2 ingredients that I would really watch out for. One is called povidone, and povidone is a type of iodine. You'll find povidone in Synthroid as well. Yeah, something about that I don't understand why they're putting it in pills. Because when you have a thyroid, thyroids have a tendency to take in iodine. But see, if you're like me and others like me who no longer have a thyroid, I don't see the use for iodine in my medication. That I don't really get. And then there's another chemical in there that I would believe is the main reason that I went to the hospital those 2 times. And this chemical that I'm very, very leery of is butylated hydroxytoluene. I'm not sure if I'm saying that hydroxytoluene right, but butylated hydroxytoluene. You do your research on this little guy and you'll find out that they're not sure if this thing causes cancer or not. And because of that, it's on the warning list as far as these things go. But just do a little research and you'll find out about that. So that is not in Synthroid, but povidone is. And povidone is in a lot of these generics and other forms of levothyroxine, as well as butylated hydroxytoluene. So I would avoid that BHT. I would definitely avoid that. And that's all I have to say about Tirosint. For those that actually are enjoying it, I'm glad it's working for you. I wish it worked for me, but if I had taken my normal dose, which is 112 to 125, I shudder to think what would have happened to me in 3 months' time. And yeah, that's it, man. Be aware of what you put in your body, folks. You only get one body. You only get one life. So you know what? Live responsibly. Look out for yourself, man. Take good care of yourself.